Okay, I'll start with the important part. Okay, he sounded like a 35-year-old black man, and his name is Emmanuel. Okay, so Jayla and I ordered the pizza. We keep watching YouTube videos, and I get a call like 20 minutes after I order it, and I was confused because it was a California area code, and I pick up the phone, and I'm like, hello? Hello? No, it didn't sound like that. Anyway, and he said, hi, this is Emmanuel from Pizza Hut. I was like, excuse me? And he was like, I'm from Pizza Hut. You know, you ordered pizza. And this is Emily? I was like, yes. And he was like, I'm a little confused about your directions. 4085 North Peach, that's apartments. I need to know which building you're in. I don't know. You don't know?
Because you didn't put our apartment number on there.
I live in Oklahoma. I ordered a pizza from my mom who lives there. And I can call her, ask her what building, and call you back. And then he interrupted that, and he was like, you're in Oklahoma, how's the weather? And I was like, it's good, it's pretty chilly, but it's warming up. He was like, is it California warming up or Oklahoma warming up? Because those are two different things. And I was like, what's the difference? He was like, California warming up is like 60, 70, and hot is like 90. I was like, it's probably about the California warming up, probably the same thing. And he was like, yeah, because, I've been through Oklahoma once in 1996 when I was with the Marine Corps, and it was really cold. So Oklahoma was really cold the one time I went through there. I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, how long does it stay cold? I was like, usually about a month. He was like, oh, okay, so it's not like, several months. It's like, no. He was like, oh, it's about half and half here in California, cold half the year, warm half the year. I was like, oh, yeah, cold just lasts like a month, and it's hot the rest of the year. And then he was asking, oh, have you been out here to visit California? I was like, yeah, last time I went out and visited my mom, it was a couple years ago. And he was like, did she take you out to Yosemite? There are a lot of things to do out here. I was like, yeah, my mom loves Yosemite. We go out there like once every 1 or 2 weeks. We went to go see several places.
At this point, I can't believe our pizza was actually hot. Okay, keep going.
And he was talking, like he was driving and talking, and
yeah.
And then I lost my train of thought. Let's get back to it. Okay. Oh, and he was like, he starts naming off these places. He's like, oh, Los Angeles is a couple hundred miles away, and a couple hours, I think, is what he said. A couple hours away, and this place is 3 hours. This place is 4 hours. I was like, it takes you that long to get across the state down here. There's not a whole lot to do in Oklahoma. And we continued talking. The phone call was exactly 6 minutes long. We were going back and forth talking about California, Oklahoma, stuff like that. And then at the end of the conversation, he was like, okay, so because I don't know what building, do you have any sort of instruction, to get there? I was like, oh, once you get in the main gate, keep going straight back, and it'll take you right to the building, and it's apartment 147. And he was like, okay, you have a good day, Miss Riley, and I'll make sure your mom gets the pizza and all this other stuff. Well, then he hangs up, and you text me and say you got the pizza. I was like, man, I got a story to tell you. And Jayla and I started talking about everything he was saying, and the phone rings again. So what the hell? And I pick it, it's the same phone number. And I pick it up. I'm like, hello? He's like, hello, Miss Riley. It's Emmanuel from Pizza Hut. I was like, hello. And I was like, how are you? And he was like, I'm good. Oh, I got the pizza to your mom. I made sure she read your message, and she was very happy to get your pizza. And what's the time difference there? Is it like 9:20 there? I was like, no, it's actually 8:20. It's just 2 hours ahead of you guys. And so, oh, okay. Well, every time I think of Oklahoma, I think of my son, and he said his son he's in the Air Force, and he lives on a base around here, which, mind you, Mom, there's one Air Force base in Oklahoma, and he did not name that one, so I don't know where he's talking about, because we just have Tinker. He did not say Tinker, he said something else, but I don't know.
Well, there's 3 right on the border to Texas.
Oh, well, he didn't name Tinker, and that's the one closest.
Okay.
So, and he was really funny, and then he was like, well, you have a good day, ma'am. I was like, what did you say your name was again? He said Emmanuel. I was like, oh, yeah, because I had forgotten. And because it was funny, because I was just telling Jayla, I was like, man, I wish I knew his name so I could give some feedback. And then, that was when he called again. And I had to make sure I remembered his name, and I was like, you have an excellent day. And he was like, you too, Miss Riley. And so then we hung up, and I promptly went to PizzaHut.com, and I gave some good feedback on this guy. He was awesome.
Good.
Emmanuel from Pizza Hut.
That's awesome.
I don't know. I was like, that's when I was like, man, I can't wait to tell Mom the story. But you wouldn't have understood if I texted it to you. It's a long-ass story, but this guy was awesome. I was like, I've got to tell Mom. That was funny.
He was about... Man, he was an older guy, and he reminded me a lot of Grandpa Wenlick. Your great Grandpa Wenlick.
That is awesome.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to stop recording now. I just thought that was funny. I want to get it on video, okay?
That's awesome.
Say bye, Emily.
Bye.